Lately, we've talked a lot about graphics cards, obviously since they're the parts I recommend most for flipping. The profit potential is greatest, but they're not the only ones. Today, we're taking on the processor market, a very dark and complex market. But don't worry, we'll try to make this very appealing indeed. For that, we'll focus on the Ryzen 7 5800X market, a processor I've already had in my sights for quite some time. First of all, because it is the best mid-range processor for the legendary AM4 socket, and also because I have rarely ever seen a product with so much demand and with relatively little supply. It is impressive. As soon as a processor is listed at around $150 or even less, it sells within a week at the most. That's why some even list it at $200 since there are so few on the market. So, of course, you can see the opportunity. If we find a Ryzen 7 5800X below market price, we're sure we'll be able to sell it very quickly for around $150, or if we're a little more patient, we can make a big profit. With the prices I've been giving you so far, you understand the goal in this video is to find one around $100 to make about $60 to $100 profit with just a CPU. Well, now let's do it. We have to find a Ryzen 7 5800X at $100, and that's the hardest part. So we go on Facebook Marketplace and type in Ryzen 7 5800X. Here, important, we use the filters properly. That'll save us hours and help us find what we're looking for. But after a few minutes of searching and messages sent, still nothing. So I had to dig through Facebook Marketplace until I found a listing at the bottom of the page marked desktop PC for parts for $1. Usually $1 means each part's price is in the description, so I open the description and read the parts. Nothing too interesting, and on top of that, pretty expensive, until I see AMD Ryzen 7 5800X $130, no cooler included. A steal. Already this processor at $130 still available is pretty rare, so obviously I ask if it's available and immediately offer him $80. Obviously, he turns down $80, and after a few messages, we settle on $100, the price I'd set, which leaves me a nice profit. We waste no more time and go pick it up in person. That hasn't changed. It's still simpler and faster. That's also how I work best personally. A quick train ride, a bit of walking, and we get to the seller, so we take the processor for $100 as agreed. I make sure it's in good condition and the pins are absolutely intact. That's the only thing to check during an in-person deal for a processor. Let me explain. The pins are the gold prongs under the processor that make contact with the motherboard. If even one of them is damaged, the processor is dead. Sometimes they can just be bent, so straightening them would fix things. But anyway, these pins are in perfect condition. So we head home with the processor. Once we're back home, it's not like a graphics card you have to clean because of dust. Processors aren't affected by dust, it's their coolers. The only thing to do is test it. Though this is a bit more of a pain to test than a graphics card, it's still fairly easy overall. First, we remove the PC's CPU cooler. It's the big fan that cools only the processor, which gets very hot. Once that's done, we release the CPU latch and remove the old CPU. Then we place the new one, carefully lining it up with the arrow marker. We set it down gently so we don't damage the pins, then close the latch. Then we apply thermal paste like this and screw the cooler back on. Now that that's done, we turn on the computer and there, no problem. Now, be careful, sometimes your motherboard may need an update to support a newer processor series. For example, if you had a Ryzen 5 3600 on your motherboard and you install a Ryzen 5 5500, we go from 3000 to 5000. An update will therefore be needed if your motherboard is a B450 and not a B550. In my case, I have a B450, but I'd already done this update. So we obviously check in Task Manager that everything is fine. And there, it clearly says Ryzen 7 5800X. We also run a 3D Mark benchmark, a program you can get as a free demo on Steam. The demo is more than enough. No one uses anything else to make sure it really has no issues even in games. So we get a score of 12,000, which is absolutely monstrous for a mid-range processor. It's no coincidence it's the best on the AM4 socket. So we conclude the processor works perfectly. So we can put it up for sale on Facebook Marketplace right away. But first we need to take photos quickly, of course. Now that we have our photos, we post a new listing and optimize the SEO. This is important. It'll help you reach a lot more people on Facebook Marketplace. I explained that in the course. Now that's done, all we have to do is post and wait for a buyer to contact us. By the way, if you have questions or feel you lack knowledge about PCs and components, feel free to join the Discord server, which will help you a lot with the knowledge side of this business. And if you don't want to waste time and just scale this business from the start, feel free to join the training if you want to make real money now, where you'll literally find all my knowledge and techniques after 2 years of flipping on Facebook Marketplace. This is the #1 PC flipping training on Facebook Marketplace to reach $3,000 a month with this business. We've seen a few interesting products, but here you literally have all the best ones. What price to buy them, what price to resell them. And that's not all, because it's not just a course, it's coaching too. There's a community dedicated to the course. You can message me 24/7 and we can even call regularly if needed, all for such an affordable price. I think it's impossible to find better. The course literally pays for itself in less than a week. Most members get their money back in the first few days, and after that, it's just money to grow your capital and later on reach $3,000 a month. So if you're interested, the link is in the first line of the description and at the bottom of the page. You can book a call with me if you have questions beforehand. That's it for the processor market we found through the Ryzen 7 5800X example. There are plenty of markets this interesting, like PCs. The PC market is completely out of whack. Honestly, that's where you'll make the most money per sale, but there are still quite a few drawbacks. That's where there can be the most problems. To fix a PC, you need advanced knowledge. It's bulky and cumbersome. With a small place, especially a PC, it's harder to sell. And yes, buyers are less likely to go for a PC. We'll talk about it in a future video. I'm currently writing the script for a PC flipping video, but it's still taking me quite a bit of time to make because it's the most complex kind of flipping, and I really don't want to put out a sloppy video on my channel. I sincerely hope that you like the fact that it's a lot more concrete, and that by the end of this video, you can actually really start flipping processors. Again, for those into flipping on Facebook Marketplace, I can't recommend joining the school course enough, so yeah, maybe you didn't click on this video for nothing, and you've finally landed on a realistic business, much more accessible than businesses like SMMA, which, let's be honest, require you to be top 1%. What I'm promising, I'm 100% sure I can guarantee. Imagine not even recouping the cost of the training. It's literally impossible. You make them in the first few days after joining the course with personal coaching from me. So if you're interested in a real training program, the link is in the first line of the description. And if you're still reluctant to put down $97 to easily make $3,000 a month, right now I'm offering a free call for this business. If that interests you, the link is just below first line of the description. So PC flipping on Facebook Marketplace to generate your first steady income and get started in the best possible conditions. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. There are plenty of valuable business videos all over my channel. Also, if you have a question, don't hesitate. I reply to everyone in the comments, or I'll see you in the course coaching to generate $3,000 a month with this business that has personally changed my life.